back.
Hello!
So it's been this video is about 8 months overdue.
Yep.
We had our second baby, Nadia, back in early February.
We've been a little busy.
Yeah, isn't she cute? I know, I usually say no excuses, play like a champion, but 2 kids is just, it was a lot more rougher transition than I thought it was gonna be. So we're back now, and this video is from our time in Athens, and we'll give a couple of tips and tricks and pointers on what we did while we were there for about a week with Harrison when he was only, he was only 14 months old at the time, I think. Kid's like 2 next week. So yeah, we're way overdue. So we had flown from Dubrovnik to Athens, and we arrived kind of late at night to our hotel. We stayed at the Crown Plaza in Athens, a little outside the city center, but work put me up there. It was a really nice hotel, actually, and somehow we got status upgrade where we got lounge access, and that was awesome.
Oh, super helpful.
Yeah, and Harrison decided to be a complete nuisance inside the lounge.
You ready to go get some food? Yeah, you ready to go to the lounge?
Now you know you're such a special boy.
All right, go, 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 go.
Yeah, maybe not that.
Are you destroying things, monster? I'm in the lounge, man. I can do what I want. So thank you. Even at Ace of Clubs, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Things that let your children do just to keep them occupied.
He was just being a boy.
Still worth it. It was awesome to get some good, easy, free food and free drinks. And then the next morning, I had the day off, so we actually did what every tourist does, and immediately struck out toward, the Pantheon. And is it Pantheon? There's a Parthenon.
Parthenon.
Wow, things I should know. Immediately struck out toward the Parthenon and the big hill it all sits on to see the ancient sites.
Good job. You got it. Little camel.
Good job, mister.
Before we actually went to the Parthenon and the top of the hill, we actually stopped at Mars Hill where Paul spoke. Being a Christian family, that was very important to us to be able to see. Harrison did not make it easy, as he doesn't often, at least back then.
Well, he slept on that one, so I got to like pick my way through slippery rocks while holding a baby.
The rocks are so slippery. It was the driest day in
They're
history in
very
Athens,
slippery.
and it's still slippery rocks. It was beyond me.
Yeah, so many people have walked over them that they've almost just like polished them with their feet. So wear grippy shoes, not flip-flops or sandals like we did.
Где моя помощь нужна?
It was really good. It was really hot, just as an aside, especially when you are lugging around a baby in a carrier. So that was always a little bit exciting. It's very not stroller friendly at all, so just leave the stroller behind.
You will see a theme in this video.
Oh man, we did take the stroller with us a few places, and we kind of wish that we had it and we had just carried him the whole time. But you know, you live and you learn.
So after we finished on the hilltop and saw all the ancient sites, we ended up going down just through the town, because like I said, we only had one day, really, one full day. We had the evenings and such, but one full day to really see Athens. So we ended up going through town, and I will be honest, the stroller did come in handy a little bit here. You'll see it used a few times, but all in all, Athens was built thousands of years ago, and there were no strollers back then.
Sunsets, Athens is a great place to go. You can go up on multiple different hills and just have gorgeous outlooks over the city. There's so much city to see. And when the sun is setting, the rays are just gorgeous, and the colors, they're just beautiful.
It was a photographer's dream. Right? So I got some really good photos, and then we did it on top of Lycabettus Hill, the tallest hill in Athens, which is gorgeous. We had dinner with colleagues and his family one night. It was awesome.
A little bit pricey.
A little pricey on Lycabettus Hill, absolutely.
But if you think about it, you're kind of paying for your view as well. As a side note, you can drive up there if you have a car, but you can also take a funicular as well. So allow a little bit of extra time for that.
then from there, we just ended up seeing the next couple days in the evenings, and then I think our last day there, we ended up seeing the Hadrian's Arch, which was really neat. Really neat structure right on the outskirts of town before you get to the Olympic Stadium, the original Olympic Stadium from modern Olympics, I guess, from about 100 years old, which is cool. Harrison ran around. Actually, he was miserable that day, but you know, we got pictures of us on the first, second, and third stand, and you know, being able to be where Olympic athletes were 100 years ago was really, really neat, and also be able to see all the treasure trove of Olympic paraphernalia from all the Olympics since then was a really neat experience for me. Come on, man.
Yeah, you double fist in.
So a couple tips if you're gonna travel with kids there. Number one, don't bring a stroller if you can help it. It's really not worth it. If you have a carrier that's good, bring your carrier.
Oh, and then also if your kiddo is in transition with foods, they do not have any type of like pouches like we're used to in the States, or like even here in Germany where we are now. Like they have wonderful fruit and veggie pouches. They don't exist in Greece.
Spent a lot of time looking for them. So we also got to see the Acropolis Museum while we were there. Tickets weren't too expensive, but it was a really good visit. Really great history of the Acropolis. So when you get a chance, check that out.
And go there before you actually go to the Acropolis. It gives you a lot of great history. So if you're not doing a guided tour, do that first, and it'll give you ideas of what to look for.
Yeah. And the last thing we did, or actually I did this because it was the day we were leaving, and Harrison needed a nap. Right around the time it happened, they had the Changing of the Guard parade on Sundays. It's a big parade that they do. It was really, really neat to see all the guys marching down. Get there early because, oh my goodness, there are a ton of people who go to that particular parade.
One of the things that we both loved about being in Athens, but really just in Greece in general, is the people are incredibly friendly.
Oh, yeah.
And incredibly family focused, and they love children. It was actually really cool to see how much they really doted on Harrison. It was fun.
So we enjoyed our trip to Athens, but that being said, I don't know if we'll be going back anytime soon. It has a great history. It's one of those cities that's like, okay, I've seen what there is to see, so time to move on to the next one. But it's fantastic. The people are great. The food is phenomenal. Highly recommend it.
Absolutely. And go to the beach.